So I don't know if you guys seen Chrisean Jr.'s baby has been confirmed to be blind, completely blind. And I silently watched her journey when she was pregnant. I never followed Chrisean before that. I never followed Blueface. I never followed any of that.
The internet is in absolute meltdown. Blueface has just gone live, holding what he claims are official medical papers. And the words that left his mouth have shaken fans to the core. Baby Junior, the child he shares with Chrisean Rock, has been confirmed blind. But instead of rallying for support or sympathy, Blueface turned this devastating revelation into a weapon. A bombshell aimed directly at Chrisean in front of thousands of stunned viewers. He accused her of hiding the truth, of lying to the world, and even blamed her reckless lifestyle for their son's heartbreaking condition. His voice dripped with venom as he painted her as the villain, and within seconds, hashtags exploded across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Fans screamed betrayal. Others said this was the lowest moment in Blueface's already messy saga. And now the internet is tearing itself apart. Is Blueface exposing the truth, or is he weaponizing his own child to destroy Chrisean Rock once and for all? But here's the chilling part. Insiders claim what Blueface showed might not be the full story. Could this doctor's confirmation actually be a twisted manipulation? Stay tuned, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. From the very beginning, Blueface and Chrisean Rock's story was never about love in the way most people imagine it. It was about chaos, obsession, and a public roller coaster that millions couldn't stop watching. Their relationship wasn't whispered about behind closed doors. It was shouted across Instagram lives, exposed on blogs, and played out in viral clips that had fans glued to their screens like it was the wildest reality TV show ever made. Think back to their earliest days together. The spark was undeniable, but so was the fire that burned everything around them. Chrisean showed her loyalty by tattooing Blueface's face across her body, a gesture that left fans stunned. To some, it looked like the ultimate sign of devotion. To others, it was the first warning sign that this relationship would spiral into obsession. From fights in public to drunken breakdowns caught on camera, their love story was fueled by volatility. Then came the pregnancy. When Chrisean announced she was expecting, the internet went into shock. Was this the moment that chaos would finally stop? Would a baby bring maturity and stability to two people who seemed addicted to dysfunction? For a brief second, fans hoped. But those hopes collapsed almost immediately. Instead of celebrating, Blueface denied paternity on social media, mocking Chrisean and claiming she was trying to trap him. He posted cryptic tweets hinting at DNA tests, went on podcasts questioning her loyalty, and treated the pregnancy like a scandal rather than a blessing. Meanwhile, Chrisean went live in tears, clutching her belly, telling the world she was carrying his child whether he wanted to admit it or not. By the time Junior was born, the lines had already been drawn. Team Blueface accused Chrisean of being reckless, violent, and unfit for motherhood. Team Chrisean painted Blueface as an absent, toxic father who only cared about clout. What should have been a moment of joy instantly became a battlefield. And then the whispers started. Fans began noticing small details. Chrisean dodging questions about JR's health during interviews. Her nervous glances whenever fans pressed her about doctor visits. TikTok detectives clipped her lives, zoomed in on her words, and created endless theories. Why doesn't she show Junior more? Why does she look so stressed when she talks about him? Every unanswered question became fuel for speculation. Blueface seized on those whispers. In livestream after livestream, he mocked her, hinting that something was wrong with Junior. But his words weren't filled with concern. They dripped with venom. He accused her of drinking while pregnant, of being careless, of putting her lifestyle before her baby. To him, every rumor was an opportunity to strike, to twist the knife a little deeper. So when Blueface went live holding those papers, claiming a doctor had confirmed Junior was blind, it didn't just feel like an update, it felt like the culmination of every ugly battle they had ever fought. The years of fights, the public humiliation, the accusations, all of it led to this explosive moment. But here's the thing, the story isn't simple. Because while Blueface framed himself as the truth teller, insiders claim his so-called receipts might not show the full picture. In fact, some say the truth about JR's health has been manipulated, twisted into a weapon for Blueface to use against Chrisean in their never-ending war. And that's why this scandal has hit harder than anything before. This isn't about cheating or betrayal. This is about a child, innocent, voiceless, and now being used as the centerpiece in a toxic, very public feud. Which raises the chilling question: if Blueface is willing to expose his own son's alleged condition live on camera just to hurt Chrisean, what else is he capable of? Because as shocking as this revelation is, the first twist in this story is about to prove that nothing is ever what it seems. The night it all went down will be remembered as one of the most chaotic live streams in hip-hop drama history. Blueface sat in a dark studio, the glow from his phone screen lighting up his face. Around him, his entourage lounged with smirks, sipping drinks, clearly aware something explosive was about to happen. The comments section was already buzzing, thousands of fans pouring in, ready for Blueface's usual trolling, expecting him to clown Chrisean one more time. But this time, the vibe was different. His tone wasn't playful. It was calculated. He held up a stack of papers, shaking them in front of the camera. "This right here," he said, smirking, "is what she didn't want y'all to see. This is what Chrisean been hiding." The truth about Junior. The chat exploded instantly. Comments scrolling so fast they blurred. "What? Receipts? He's lying again?" Everyone leaned in, waiting. Then Blueface dropped the bomb. "My son." The doctor confirmed. JR is blind. The words hit like a gut punch. Gasps echoed in the live chat. Emojis flooded the screen. Blueface's friends laughed in the background, one yelling, "Tell him, bro! Expose her!" But Blueface wasn't done. He leaned closer, his voice dripping with venom. And you know why? 'Cause of her, drinking while pregnant, fighting, stressing out, she didn't care about him. She cared about fame. She cared about clout. Now, my son paying the price. The internet went nuclear. Within minutes, clips of the live stream were trending on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Blogs like The Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked reposted the footage with screaming headlines. Blueface claims Chrisean Rock hid baby's blindness. Fans split into war camps. Team Blueface spammed comments like, "He told y'all she reckless." This is the truth coming out. Team Chrisean fought back with fury. How dare he weaponize a baby's health? This man is pure evil. And then Blueface twisted the knife deeper. He pulled up old clips of Chrisean crying on live, stumbling drunk, fighting in the streets, replaying them like evidence in a courtroom. "Look at her. This who y'all think a good mom? This why my baby blind. Y'all worship a demon." The cruelty was staggering. Instead of mourning, instead of compassion, Blueface mocked, laughed, and treated his son's alleged condition like a punchline. His entourage clapped, jeered, and backed him up. It wasn't a father grieving. It was a public execution of Chrisean's character. But then came the first twist, just as fans were reeling. A popular gossip blog post alleged leaked DMIs between Chrisean and her sister. In the messages, Chrisean wrote, "Blue lying again. Doctors said Junior need more testing. Nothing confirmed yet. He twisting everything. He twisting everything." Screenshots of the DMs spread instantly, flipping the narrative. Was Junior really blind, or was Blueface exaggerating half-truths? Was this a medical tragedy or a weaponized lie? The chaos grew worse when Blueface posted a photo of the supposed medical report on his Instagram story. But sharp-eyed fans noticed the document looked off. The date was cropped out. The doctor's name blurred. Only certain phrases were highlighted. Twitter detectives pounced, posting side-by-side breakdowns, pointing out inconsistencies. Why's half the page missing? Looks edited to me. He cropped out the part that says it's not final. As if things couldn't spiral further. A mysterious Twitter account claiming to be a clinic employee dropped a cryptic thread. Y'all being lied to. Nothing is confirmed. More tests needed. Blueface saw half the paperwork and ran with it. Clout chasing at the expense of his baby. That thread spread like wildfire. Some believed it immediately. Others said it was fake, a desperate cover-up by Chrisean's camp. Meanwhile, Chrisean stayed silent. No post, no statement. Just silence. And that silence made everything worse. Fans flooded her Instagram with questions. Is it true? Why aren't you saying anything? Speak up, girl. Blueface ended his live with one final dagger. She can't hide no more. The truth always comes out. Y'all better ask her why she kept this from me and from y'all. Then the stream cut off. But as the dust settled, one thing became clear. The story wasn't over. Because the first leaks proved one thing. Blueface wasn't telling the full story. And what insiders revealed next would flip the narrative upside down. Again, the morning after Blueface's live stream, the internet wasn't just buzzing, it was on fire. Screenshots, clips, and hashtags painted every feed in chaos. But then came the leak that changed everything. A Dropbox link started spreading in group chats, Discord servers, and gossip forums. Inside, fans claimed, was the full medical report, not the cropped version Blueface flashed on live. And in black and white, a single line stood out. Possible vision impairment. Requires further testing. Final determination pending. The internet gasped. This wasn't confirmation. It was uncertainty, a possibility, which meant Blueface's claim that Junior was confirmed blind was, at best, a half-truth, and at worst, a devastating lie. Twitter detectives wasted no time. One viral post read, "So he cut out the part where it says it's not final." This man turned a maybe into a headline. Another, with over 200K likes, screamed, "He exploited his baby for clout. Cancel him now." But the backlash wasn't one-sided. Blueface's loyal supporters doubled down, tweeting, "Y'all defending a woman who hid test results? Blind or not? She lied to him first, and then celebrities got involved." Cardi B went live in the middle of the night, her voice filled with disgust. "Ain't no way you using your child like that? This is evil. Pure evil." The clip went viral in minutes, racking up millions of views. Summer Walker tweeted bluntly, both of them toxic. "That baby deserves peace, not clout-chasing parents." Even Boosie weighed in, siding with Blueface. "If my baby mama kept something like that from me, I'd blast her too. Ain't no excuses." His comments ignited another war. Liz fans arguing if this was tough love or reckless cruelty. But the most jaw-dropping reaction came from Whack 100. Blueface's longtime manager. In an Instagram live, he admitted, "I told Blue not to do this. I said, keep it private, handle it behind closed doors. But he ain't listen. Now look, the whole world in it." Fans froze. If Whack himself was calling this a mistake, then Blueface's credibility was hanging by a thread. And just when it seemed the tide was turning against him, a bombshell dropped. A Hollywood gossip site released what they claimed was an audio recording from the clinic. In the muffled clip, you hear a doctor's calm voice. "We need more testing. At this stage, it's too early to confirm permanent blindness. There are delayed responses, yes, but babies can improve over time. It's not definitive." Chrisean's voice trembled. "So, you saying there's hope?" The doctor replied, "Yes. With treatment and follow-ups, there's a chance things improve." The internet erupted. If the clip was real, it proved Blueface exaggerated the situation to the extreme. Instead of hope, he painted despair. Instead of compassion, he spread cruelty. Fans flooded his comments with fury. "You lied about your baby's health? This ain't exposing, this is exploiting. Pure demon energy." But Blueface hit back almost immediately. On Twitter, he fired off, "Y'all don't know what I know. Papers don't lie. She lied to me." Then another, "Y'all think a doctor gonna tell the truth when she begging him to cover up? Wake up." Now fans were more divided than ever. Was Blueface genuinely misled, a father lashing out in anger? Or was he twisting uncertainty into a weapon just to humiliate Chrisean? Meanwhile, a blurry photo surfaced of Chrisean outside a children's hospital. Junior in her arms, her face streaked with tears. The caption read, "She been taking him to appointments. She ain't hiding nothing. She just scared." That image broke the internet in half. To some, it was proof Chrisean was a devoted mother under attack. To others, it was stage sympathy, a PR move to win back fans. By now, the scandal wasn't just about Blueface and Chrisean anymore. It had become a national obsession. News outlets like TMZ, Daily Mail, and Shade Room were covering it nonstop. Talk shows debated it. Fans created TikTok edits with sad music. Captions like "Pray for Junior" plastered over grainy photos. But even in the middle of the madness, one whisper grew louder. A whisper scarier than blindness. Scarier than lies. Anonymous accounts began posting cryptic messages. "Blindness ain't the real secret. Ask about JR's birth certificate. The real truth will end them." Both, the internet went into full detective mode, pulling old interviews, resurfacing clips, and begging for answers. What was being hidden? What was worse than blindness? Because if the leaks were right, Blueface and Chrisean weren't just fighting each other. They were covering up something much darker, a truth that could destroy them both. And that truth was about to come out by sunrise. The drama had gone from scandal to full-blown cultural earthquake. Every feed, every headline, every trending hashtag screamed Blueface Chrisean. And Baby Junior, it wasn't just gossip anymore, it was the biggest public meltdown hip-hop had seen in years. The hashtags told the story. Hashtag Pray for Jar Sword to #1 worldwide. Right behind it came hashtag Cancel Blueface, while hashtag Stand with Chris, EAN, and hashtag Blueface was right battled for attention. Fans weren't just talking, they were fighting. Entire comment sections looked like virtual boxing rings. TikTok edits flooded timelines. Dramatic clips of Blueface waving his papers, slowed down with sad piano music. Captions like, "How could a father do this?" Others flipped the narrative, showing Chrisean's past breakdowns and fights with the text, "This is who y'all defending." Each edit racked up millions of views, turning a family tragedy into viral content. On Twitter, fan pages went to war. One Chrisean supporter tweeted, "Blueface just used his child as a weapon. That's not exposure, that's evil." Within minutes, a Blueface fan account clapped back, "Nah, she hit it. She's the real villain here." Threads spiraled into thousands of replies, with strangers arguing like their lives depended on it. But the most shocking reactions weren't from fans. They came from the industry itself. Charlemagne. "God didn't hold back on the Breakfast Club. We've seen toxic couples before, but this is generational trauma live streamed for clout. That baby's gonna grow up one day and see all this." His co-host, DJ Envy, added, "It's disgusting." Private pain turned into public entertainment. Meanwhile, on social media, artists jumped in. Cardi B's Instagram rant had already gone viral. But Megan Thee Stallion silently fueled the fire when she liked a post dragging Blueface. "He's not exposing, he's exploiting." That single tap from Megan sent shockwaves. With fans screaming, "Even Meg knows he's wrong." Rapper Boosie stood firm on the other side, tweeting, "If a woman hid that from me, I'd go live too. Ain't no excuses." Y'all trippin'. His take added gasoline to the fire, with some agreeing, others blasting him for co-signing cruelty. Then came Whack 100 again. On Clubhouse, his words carried weight. "Blueface out of pocket. I told him, don't air this out. He ain't listen." Now his name dirtier than it's ever been. That was the crack that shook Blueface's empire. If his own manager was distancing himself, how long until the industry did too? But the chaos wasn't confined to the internet anymore. Outside Los Angeles family court, paparazzi captured protesters holding handmade signs. "Protect Junior. not the clout, and stop using kids for views. Photos of the small protest went viral, turning this drama into a real-world movement. And then came the media frenzy. TMZ released an exclusive timeline of JR's health visits. Shade Room dropped a poll. Who do you believe, Blueface or Chrisean? Millions voted. Even mainstream outlets like Daily Mail plastered headlines like tragedy or clout. Blueface accuses Chrisean of hiding baby's blindness. Everywhere you looked, the world was split in two. Some saw Blueface as a cruel father exploiting tragedy. Others saw Chrisean as a manipulative mother hiding the truth. But deep down, both sides were united in one chilling realization. A baby's suffering had been turned into entertainment. And just when it felt like the world couldn't handle any more, a cryptic post surfaced from the anonymous account @TruthLeaker, the same one that hinted about JR's birth certificate. The tweet was simple, but terrifying. Y'all think blindness is the scandal? Wait until the real diagnosis drops. This ain't over. That single line froze the internet. If blindness wasn't the full story, what could be worse? Speculation spread like wildfire. Some claimed Junior had a rare genetic disorder. Others whispered about hidden paternity drama. A few went so far as to suggest powerful industry figures were involved in covering up the truth by the end of the day. The entire world was on edge. Blueface's credibility was crumbling. Chrisean's silence was deafening. And fans everywhere were asking the same question. What is the real truth about Junior, and why are they both so desperate to hide it? Just when fans thought the scandal had peaked, the darkest twist yet shattered the internet. Late at night, the mysterious account @TruthLeaker returned with another post. This time, not a rumor, not a hint, but a photo. It was JR's birth certificate. At first glance, everything looked normal. The hospital name, the date, the mother's name. But one section stood out like a flashing siren. Father's name, blank. No Blueface. No signature. No acknowledgement. The caption underneath read, "Y'all worried about blindness? Ask why Blueface never signed." The internet exploded in disbelief. Fans flooded timelines with outrage. Wait, so he never claimed him legally? How you cry about your son's condition when you ain't even signed the papers? Others speculated, did he refuse to sign because he doubted paternity? Or was he hiding something bigger? Blueface went live almost immediately, pacing angrily, sweat dripping down his forehead. "Man, don't believe that fake paperwork. Y'all really think I ain't claim my son? Stop playing with me." But the fury in his voice didn't convince everyone. In fact, it made things worse. Comments poured in. "If it's fake, show the real one then. Why you dodging, bro?" Meanwhile, whispers began spreading like wildfire. Insiders claimed the blindness wasn't the only diagnosis. That JR's condition involved something deeper, something genetic. A leaked message from an alleged hospital worker suggested the blindness is a symptom. There's a bigger issue at play. That's why both of them scared to speak. Theories exploded across TikTok. Some said Junior wasn't Blueface's child at all. Others claimed the baby had a rare disorder both parents were hiding to protect their images. A few even whispered that powerful figures in the industry were trying to bury the truth before it destroyed careers. And then came the most chilling post of all, another cryptic message from @TruthLeaker. Blindness was just the beginning. The real diagnosis drops soon. When it does, careers will end. The internet froze. Fans held their breath. Was this the ultimate endgame? For Blueface, the stakes had never been higher. His credibility was in shreds. His empire was crumbling. For Chrisean, silence was no longer protection, it was suspicion. And for Junior, the world wasn't just watching, it was dissecting his life before it had even begun. The live streams, the leaks, the documents, the whispers. It had all built to this one terrifying question. What is the truth about Junior? And when it finally comes out, will it destroy Blueface, Chrisean, or both? One thing is certain. This story isn't over. Not even close. The darkest chapter is still to come. Stay tuned, and that's where we leave it tonight, in total chaos. Blueface exposed Chrisean Rock with what he claimed was a doctor's confirmation that Junior is blind. Cian's silence only fueled speculation. Then the alleged medical leaks suggested the truth wasn't final, just twisted for clout. And finally, the birth certificate bombshell. Blueface never signed his own child's papers, leaving the entire world questioning everything. But now the internet is asking the real question. Was this about blindness at all? Or is there an even darker diagnosis being hidden from the world? We need to hear from you. Do you believe Blueface that Chrisean lied and hid JR's condition? Or do you believe Chrisean that Blueface weaponized half-truths to destroy her? And what about that blank birth certificate? Was it a refusal, a mistake, or proof that the story is even deeper than we think? Drop your theories in the comments. Right now, I'll be pinning the wildest, most thought-provoking ones because trust me, the debate is going to get even messier. Make sure you smash that like button if you think Blueface crossed the line. And subscribe right now so you don't miss the next chapter. Because insiders are already whispering that Chrisean is preparing her own explosive receipts, and if she drops them, it won't just shake the internet. It could end Blueface's entire career. So don't just watch this drama unfold. Be part of it. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this video everywhere. Because when the next leak surfaces, you'll want to say you were here before it broke the world. This isn't the end. It's the setup for something even darker. Stay tuned because the truth is coming.